Konnichiwa from Keswick Village. This is the Rorschach Japan update from the 19th of February 2026. A quick summary of what's going down in Japan. After the Liberal Democrat Party's landslide win in the lower house election on the 8th of February, the parliament voted on Wednesday the 18th to elect the next prime minister. And to absolutely no one's surprise, it chose Sanai Takichi. She said she will keep her current cabinet lineup and will likely focus on passing the fiscal 2026 budget before the new fiscal year begins in April. The Liberal Democratic Party now holds over two-thirds of the lower house, but remains a minority in the House of Councillors, meaning Takichi will still need to secure cooperation from opposition parties for the bills she wants to pass. Read more about this with the link in the show notes. With the re-election comes the think pieces, and Shafriz Rashid, the Maldivian diplomat serving in Japan, recently wrote on its implications across the Indo-Pacific region. He said that the re-election strengthens political stability, ensuring that the current policy will keep going as is, rather than face any major change. Japan's allies in the Indo-Pacific region are happy about this stability, while China seems to be carefully watching how Japan balances security and diplomacy. Economically, the outcome supports continued trade, which is another highlight for those working with Japan. Check out the full article in English with the link in the show notes. Still, on the international front, US President Donald Trump announced on Tuesday the 17th that Japan will fund 3 projects in oil, gas, and synthetic diamonds, together worth about $36 billion. This is the first part of a $550 billion investment package made in 2025 in exchange for reduced U.S. tariffs on Japanese goods. Online, some in Japan were in favor of the funding, saying that the reduced tariffs were more than worth it, and that Japan's partnership in these projects would benefit both countries in the long run. However, others raised questions about whether the Japanese taxpayer would just have yet another burden placed on their shoulders to pay for these projects. In other news, police searched the home of Takubo Maki, the former Aido city mayor, in Shizuoka, central Japan, over allegations she lied about her academic background during an election campaign. She said she had graduated from Toyo University, but had actually been expelled. Takubo also refused to submit a purported diploma to a city assembly investigative committee. Criminal complaints accuse her of violating public office, election, and local autonomy laws. But some online defended her, saying that the complaints had been exaggerated because Makai had spoken out against a big solar project that wanted to destroy a nearby forest. After voluntary questioning, she declined to provide documents that the police requested, asserting her right to refuse and saying that even if she wasn't entirely honest, she hadn't committed a crime. You know what should be a crime? The price of chocolate. At least, that was the opinion of many women this past Valentine's Day. For a long time, it's been tradition in Japan for women to give male coworkers obligatory chocolates, also known as girichoko, chocolates gifted out of politeness, rather than for romantic reasons. Many women tweeted or posted on other social media about hating the financial and social pressure, with one survey showing that 85% of working women are against being expected to give girichoko. Some experts even warned that the custom could lead to power or sexual harassment. Some companies have banned girichoko and instead distribute chocolates equally to all employees to reduce pressure. In health news, on Thursday the 19th, a health ministry expert panel approved 2 iPS cell-based treatments for heart disease and Parkinson's disease. iPS cells are a type of stem cell developed in 2006 that can make copies of existing cells in a person's body, which has a lot of potential for treating many diseases. This approval marks Japan as the first country to authorize commercial use of iPS cell-based treatments. Corpse, a firm from the University of Osaka, developed the heart disease treatment, and Sumitomo Pharma developed the Parkinson's treatment. Companies all over the world have been interested in iPS cells since they were first developed, so actual treatments becoming available is sure to cause a stir. Meanwhile, the Mainichi newspaper reported on Thursday the 19th that the Kanagawa Prefectural Police in eastern Japan are investigating a Tokyo-based trading company employee in his 40s. His alleged crime? Forging an ID card to enter the U.S. naval base in Yokosuka, Kanagawa Prefecture in the fall of 2025. Police suspect he got into restricted areas of the base and possibly drove a U.S. military vehicle on and off the base. Police are thinking of charging him under the special criminal law tied to the Japan-U.S. Status of Forces Agreement. He's currently on a Middle East business trip, but police will question him once he's back. In some business news, Japan's mobile payment app, PayPay, is preparing to list on the US Nasdaq as it extends overseas. The company filed documents with the Securities and Exchange Commission and aims to debut as early as March. Since launching in 2018, PayPay has grown to more than 72 million users. It also has partnered with Visa to begin offering cashless payment services in the U.S., marking a major step in its international growth. Labor unions at major Japanese automakers are also looking for some growth, specifically wage growth. In Japan, it's common for labor unions to talk to companies about wages in spring as the fiscal year draws to a close, and the carmaker labor unions begin the salary talks on Wednesday the 18th. They're looking for big wage increases amid ongoing inflation, though some demands are lower than last year's. Honda's union asked for a 12,000 yen monthly base pay increase, which is $77, $7 less than in 2024. Nissan's union asked for a 10,000 yen, $65 total raise, $52 below last year, mainly because Nissan had a rough year. Toyota's union also asked for a base pay hike, but did not give an exact amount. Transport businesses in Japan are also growing in preparation for Tokyo's Narita Airport's major 2029 expansion. This expansion will raise annual flight slots from just over 300,000 to 500,000, with a new runway, extended operating hours, and upgraded facilities. Japan Airlines plans to strengthen short-haul Asian routes and restructure Jetstar Japan. All Nippon Airlines aims to increase international passenger and cargo operations by 30% by 2030. Rail operators, including Kaihisi Electric Railway, plan to track upgrades to handle increased traffic. Speaking of travel, Japan's inbound tourism fell almost 5% in January 2026 compared to the same month last year. This marked the first decline in 4 years, largely due to a 60% drop in travelers from China. The downturn follows heightened political tensions after Prime Minister Takichi's remarks related to Taiwan, prompting China to urge citizens to avoid travel to Japan. While visitors from South Korea and Taiwan increased, only China, Hong Kong, and Malaysia saw declines. Chinese airlines are offering free cancellations, so it's likely that this downward trend will keep going. In sports news, Yuto Totsuka captured his first Olympic gold in the men's snowboard halfpipe at the Milano Cortina Winter Games. The last 2 times the 24-year-old attended the Winter Olympics, he lost miserably, so this is a huge win. This wasn't the only exciting news from the Winter Olympics. Japan won bronze in the women's team pursuit speed skating event, with Miho Takai, Ayano Sato, and Hana Noki defeating the U.S. after losing to the Netherlands in the semifinals. It was Takai's 3rd medal of the 2026 Games and her 10th overall, making her Japan's most decorated Winter Olympian. The bronze also secured Japan's 19th medal of the Games, setting a new national record for its most successful Winter Olympics. And that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us. For those of you who may want to find out if we get any of these updates going again, go to rorschach.com/updates. It's also in the show notes. There you can give us your email address, and we will let you know if anything changes. And of course, you can always send us an email to info@rorschach.com and let us know to keep you informed. But most of all, thanks for the outpouring of support. Matane.